So many roses.
Good morning, everyone. I have just been enjoying this beautiful Friday morning, playing in my garden. I call it playing because it's actually really fun for me. And I have seriously fallen in love with gardening. Before I get into this video, I want to thank my sponsor today, Skillshare. A lot of people ask me how I learned to take photos, how I learned to develop recipe books, and how I learned to make videos and edit them for YouTube. And Skillshare is a great way to learn all of these things. I'm taking classes right now to learn a different video editing software, Adobe, and I am also taking a class on how to take better iPhone photos because I'm really bad at Instagram, and I feel like it's because I never have my camera with me, but I always have my phone. So I figured if I just took a class on it, I would be able to up my game and actually post a little bit more content for you guys. So if you haven't heard of Skillshare yet, it's an amazing online platform with over 25,000 classes in technology, business, design, anything and everything that you could want to learn. I would say probably in the realm of like computer work or online work. If you want to start a blog, if you want to start a YouTube, if you want to start video editing, if you want to start anything like that, photos, all of those kinds of things Skillshare can help you out with. And the super exciting thing about them sponsoring this video today is that they are giving you guys 500 free memberships for the first 500 people that sign up at the link down below. You'll get 2 months free of the premium membership, and the premium membership gives you unlimited access to all 25,000 classes, so you can choose and pick the courses that are right for you and your goals. Whether that's you wanting to start an online blog, getting your voice out there for the animals, maybe you want to start a photography business and you really don't know how to learn, or maybe you want to start a YouTube channel like I did 6 years ago, and now I'm able to, create content and fuel my passion and make money and support myself and do all the things that I want to do. So if any of that sounds exciting to you, you can join the 7 million other people using Skillshare right now and fueling their passions, making their dreams come true. Just click the link in the description box and you will get it for free if you're one of the first 500 people. So I figured this morning, since I was putzing around in the garden, I would give you guys a little update on what is going on. So this tree right here, I know that I've done some videos before, but I have just started my garden for the summer, and like I said, I'm just really loving gardening and everything about it. I feel like it helps me to eat so much healthier, and if you don't have, a big space like I do, you don't need to have 40 acres of land to start a garden. You can start just a small herb garden on your patio or balcony. You can start a small herb garden inside your house. There are even like planter towers that you can get for the inside of your house that will grow romaine and all kinds of lettuce and tomatoes and things like that. But I feel like when I garden, I just want to eat so much healthier because I just feel like I have so much more of a connection to my food, and it also kind of fuels me to go out more to farmers markets and buy food from farmers because it's not easy growing food. There is a lot of passion, a lot of love that goes into it, and I feel like whenever I go to the farmers market and I get foods from, locally farmed local farmers, it's just so much better. And especially like the fruit off of my mulberry tree, it's so much better than any mulberry I've ever had. I pick broccoli from my garden, kale from my garden, and it just tastes so vibrant. I remember the first time that I ever had a real big meal that was all from a garden was at Jake Mace's house. What's up, Jake Mace? And he had this amazing garden, and I swear to God, you guys, I got like high off the salad. I was like buzzing with energy from the foods that we had just picked, and that has really fueled me to start my own garden. And especially because I'm vegan, it's just so much better for the environment to try and grow as much stuff as I can at home. And it's also pretty cheap. We're out here in the desert, we're totally living off of solar and rainwater, and we want to try and have the smallest footprint that we can. Obviously, being vegan contributes to a lot of that, but we can always do more, and I'm always trying to do as much as I can. And I also think, I'm just walking into my garden right now, I also think just having the passion that surrounds eating healthy and growing your own food it really gives me more passion to do other things in my everyday life that I never would have thought that I could do, because no one ever taught me how to garden. Like, I had no idea how to do any of this stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you guys a little show. This is just my small garden that I just got going, except for the broccoli and everything. So I'll just show you what we got going on. This is some broccoli. These are all broccoli plants as well. These ones are they're a little bit behind. I've pulled a few of them out already because they produced a ton of broccoli, and then obviously they weren't producing anymore, so I pulled them out, and I juice all of these greens when I do pull the plants out, and then we compost everything so nothing goes to waste. Here I obviously have another broccoli. I need to pick this broccoli and use it pretty soon, probably right now. And I pulled some broccoli plant out of here, and then I started just planting some cucumber plants, so one of them is growing. I also have a few more over here and right here, and I'm not really sure because I planted cucumber all around this whole base, and this is the only one that's growing. I'll have to figure out why that isn't growing later, but I'll show you the rest. So I did have a bunch of other broccoli plants in here that I pulled out, and I'll show you something that's very interesting. This is actually a celery plant, but I grew it from the butt of a celery. So you know when you have a celery stalk, I cut the bottom off, I put it in a thing of water, and then it started to regrow. I also have another one over here that's growing. So I thought that was really interesting that you can just put the butt of the celery into a jar of water and it will start to regrow. You can also do that with romaine, and I think a few other things, like, I can't remember, maybe ginger, turmeric, I can't remember. What else do we got? We got a bunch of romaine, so I think I have 3 romaine left. I have picked a bunch of these and eaten them, and they do grow a bit differently than the ones that you see in the store. The biggest thing that I've noticed is I have to wash things really, really well. I actually had a butterfly nest, or like cocoon, growing in one of my plants, and it was just good to find that before I pulled it out, because I didn't want to, like, I feel like if I pulled it out it would have just killed the butterfly and disrupted the whole process. So I kind of just like look around and make sure that there's no cocoons in anything before I pull it out. But yeah, I still have to pull some more stuff out of here. So like this broccoli plant has totally bolted, and I have to pull that out, which I will juice the greens. Again, I'm not sure what else you can really use the broccoli greens for, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know, because I have a ton of them. And then these are watermelons, which I need to thin out, which I'll probably just do right now. So yeah, I have some watermelon here. I'll probably keep these two and see how they do. Planted a few squash plants, so I have 3 or 4 of these. And then I also have some pumpkin going. One of them died. I'm not sure why. Still learning so much. And that's pretty much all I have in this garden. I have a bunch of other watermelon coming up, and I'm really excited for it to grow, because I got these like really cool varieties of watermelon. One is like yellow and one is orange, which I think is cool because you really can't get stuff like that in the store. You just always get the same watermelons. So I like to get like the heirloom varieties of things, and I get all of my seeds from rareseeds.com. So here in these pots I have a bunch of tomatoes. And then I have more tomatoes over here. These ones are doing the best. So I in total have 9 tomato plants. And then this is my other garden. I just pulled a ton of stuff out of here. But as you can see, I have a massive amount of Italian parsley. Down here, planted some chives that you probably can't really see. I did plant some cilantro, but it has started bolting already. And then I have some onions going. We have lots of little bees to pollinate everything. And these are beets. I've noticed out here where we live, root vegetables don't do very good. Potatoes do very well because we have sand. But like beets and carrots and things like that, they don't do very well unless they just grow really slow. I'm not sure. And then these are all collard greens that I have planted. This is all thyme, which is one of my favorite herbs. I love to put cashews, lemon juice, garlic powder, and thyme, and it makes a super delicious Alfredo sauce. All of this is curly parsley. I have peppermint growing everywhere because I made the mistake of putting peppermint in this garden bed, and now it's just taking over. All of my dill and this parsley for some reason is bolting. I have mulberry juice all over my hands. And then this is all butter leaf lettuce. So this grows really, really well where we live. The bugs don't like it at all, and it can handle really, really high temperatures. So I planted this basically everywhere. It's super small right now, so I'm just waiting for it to grow. And then we have more peppermint. It just grows everywhere, but it's really good to just like chew on when I'm out here gardening, and I just chew on it. It's really good for your teeth and your digestive system. And I actually don't really use it for anything else. I'm not like a huge tea drinker, so I don't make peppermint tea or anything, but if you just chew on it, it tastes really good. Come on. Come on, come on. So this is our mulberry tree. It is our best growing tree, and this tree only gets watered from our washing machine. So it gets all of the water from our dirty clothes. And people ask us about that all the time, what we use. So all we use in our washing machine is Dr. Bronner's. We will pour Dr. Bronner's over our clothes. I sprinkle a little bit of baking soda, and then in the fabric softener pull out, I put a little bit of vinegar. And it makes our clothes perfectly clean. It gives us good gray water to be able to grow trees like this. And all of our other fruit trees are also watered off of gray water, which if you didn't see my video on that, I'll just explain it really quickly. Our trees are really small because it took us a long time to figure out that we were watering them too much and killing them. So we got new trees. This is a peach tree. We have a cherry tree, an apple tree, a fig tree, and then this tree in the middle is a desert willow tree that the ants keep eating, and it's supposed to be a shade tree for all these other trees, but it's just not working out so well. And these pipes right here, all of our shower water comes out of here. So the reason that we have a cap on the end of there is to divert the water. We only water these trees twice a week, so we need to switch that over actually now. And then we'll just switch it over, and then this tree won't get any water. And then we'll flood it for 2 days. I think on Mondays and Saturdays we do that. And then over here, this is all of the water from our sink. Again, to wash all of our dishes, we just use Dr. Bronner's. And for showers, we also use an all-natural soap. So we just switch this over again twice a week. And we have these beautiful trees that are just thriving. So like I said, we have 40 acres of land out here in southern Arizona. One thing that we didn't realize when we bought this property is that it actually is a food forest. So all these trees that you see, we have hundreds of them. They're mesquite trees, and these trees put off a small pod, which they haven't put off yet. They're just flowers right now, but they will turn into a pod that has a bean on the inside, and you don't actually eat the inside of it. It's really bitter, but you can take the outside of the pod and grind it into a flour, and it's this really sweet kind of smoky flour that basically the indigenous people lived off of out in this area. They lived off of mesquite pods, a bunch of different kinds of cactuses, and then just I guess anything else that you could find or grow. But we have hundreds of these trees, and they produce a good amount. I think one year I went around the entire property and I took all of the pods off of all of the trees, and I got 2 or 3 mason jars full of flour. But the flour is very calorie dense, and it can make like pancakes, you can make breads with it. It's a gluten-free flour. You can just grab the pods and eat them as well. And yeah, it's just been really cool learning about all of the cactus varieties that we have on our property. We do have some edible cactus varieties. I also have aloe vera growing. I tried to grow agave, but it just died over the winter. I don't think that this is the right elevation for agave. I've never actually seen it growing out here naturally. But yeah, that is basically my garden update and me growing my own food forest out here. If you guys saw the garage after it was done, on the back of it we have about 800 square feet that's going to be turned into a greenhouse. So I'm really excited about that. So I'll be able to start plants much earlier. in the year and have a lot of space to do that. I'll also be able to grow different kinds of trees that don't really do well out here. So like citrus doesn't do super well out here because it gets too cold. So I'm going to do a lot of lemons, limes, some probably kumquats, tangelos, all the citrus I can get in that greenhouse. Plus I can grow like mangoes, avocados, lychees I really want to grow. They're my favorite fruit in the entire world. And I actually sprouted some lychee seeds that I got from Miami Fruit, and those trees started growing, so that was really cool. So I'm really excited for our greenhouse to get done, and when our other house is built, we're gonna build out a huge backyard garden and plan it a lot better than we planned this one. Some of the watering techniques and things that we have don't really work super well, so we're gonna be doing some different innovative designs there to help save water because we are on rainwater. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments or anything down in the box below, and I will answer them for you. If you have any tips on gardening for me, please let me know. Anything you guys got, anybody who's an Arizona gardener, if you have any tips at all, let me know in the description box. I would highly appreciate it. I'm always trying to learn more about this. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.